Windows 11 is a hot mess right now, with pre-installed apps, bloatware, and Microsoft shoving Copilot down our throats. Wouldn't it be great if there's a cleaner version of Windows 11 without all this nonsense? Well, of course there is, you baboon cheeks. It's called Windows 11 Enterprise LTSC, which stands for Long-Term Servicing Channel. Basically, it's a cleaner version of Windows without all the pre-installed software, no ads, and way more stability. People even compare the stability to Linux. It's that good. It's actually available for both Windows 10 and 11, and you can grab it for only $17 from VIPReceiptkey.com, but you have to use the code TS25 to unlock the cheapest price. Activating the key is the same process as before. Just go into the user center, navigate to the orders, click on the view button, and copy and paste the CD key into the activation settings of Windows, and you now have a fresh, clean version of Windows 10 or 11. Well, here we are, Arya. Back to square one. It's a bittersweet moment, if I'm being honest. It feels like yesterday that I put together this masterpiece, and it is by far my greatest creation I've ever made, and I'm so proud of it. But unfortunately, it's time to put it in the past and move forward and build something better. But first, we're gonna have to clean up this mess.
You want me to call one of my clones?
No. I got a better idea.
What is that?
That right there is my new assistant, Arya 2.0, and it has something that you lack: suction power. Okay, now that our office is clean, we are now ready to begin building my ultimate dream setup version 3? Are we on 3? We lost track. We lost track. I believe it's version 3, but don't quote me on that. So first things first, you guys are probably wondering, Ed, what the hell is wrong with you? Why are you rebuilding your setup when it hasn't even been a full year since you had the last one? And honestly, guys, I have two reasons why I'm doing this. The main reason is because I'm getting old. Okay, I'm gonna be 38 years old this April, and I got lower back problems, I got neck problems. I wanna be able to choose when I wanna stand and when I wanna sit at my setup. My last setup was fixed against the wall, like it was stationary, so upgrading anything would be impossible. Swapping a monitor, maybe upgrading some PC components, it would be nearly impossible without having to take down the headboard because all the cables ran through the wall essentially. So I want to build myself something more practical, also something that will give me the flexibility of standing up, stretching my back, and just I want to focus more on my health for 2026. That's the main reason. And the second reason is we're actually moving, guys. I'm gonna be making a separate video about that later this year, but around August, we're gonna be leaving California altogether, and I wanna build a setup that's gonna be portable. We spent, what, like 4 to 5 hours today?
At least.
Just taking apart this setup. We're losing a lot of sunlight. So the setup we're gonna be building is gonna be more portable, and it's gonna be a lot easier for me to relocate to our new space later this year. And since we're gonna be moving later this year, it wouldn't make any sense to patch the wall right now, because when I take apart the setup later this year, I'm gonna have to patch it up anyways and add fresh coat of paint. So we're gonna actually leave the wall the way it is and build over it. We're gonna be covering this entire wall with slat panels, so it's not gonna affect the aesthetics of the setup. So with that said, let's bring in the slat panels. So these are the slate panels we're using. Look at the freaking length.
Preferably don't swing it at me.
120 inches, I believe.
Is that a little too big?
It is. We have 10-foot ceilings, so obviously we're gonna have to cut off a little bit from each one, but they actually make longer ones than this, believe it or not. I think they make 140 inches if I am correct, but we're gonna be going with the black ones. I originally wanted to go with white, but I feel like white would have been way too much for that room, considering the walls were gray and my entire setup was gonna be white. So I wanted to add a bit of contrast, and that's why
I feel like black on white looks much better than white on white.
Yeah. I think the black background will look so nice with my white setup. Look how satisfying this is, Arya. Look at this. All right, here's the dealio, ladies and gents. Here's how I'm going to be hooking up these panels against the wall. Remember I told you we're going to be adding spacing behind the panels so we can add an RGB strip behind it? Well, this is what's going to provide the spacing. So basically what we're going to do is add some 3M tape, very strong adhesive tape. So here's how we're going to do it. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add some adhesive tape on the back, very strong adhesive tape, and we're going to slap it against the wall, and we're going to essentially drill the panels against it. So we're gonna add 3 of these, one on the top, one in the center, and one on the bottom. This is probably going to be the easiest way to hook up these panels, as opposed to going with very long 2x4s. Like we did with Pinkaloli's setup.
That was a bit of a pain.
That was a bit of pain because we had to hire like a separate contractor to come in and help us. Like that required more work, whereas this is so much easier that me and Arya can easily do, and it's gonna be less damage to the wall as opposed to drilling in massive 2x4s. Can you imagine how long the 2x4s have to be to go across this entire wall?
This wall would have been the wall of Swiss cheese.
Yeah. When we take those out and move, unfortunately, there's gonna be way too much damage done to the wall. Whereas with this, we can mitigate some of that damage. All right, so we got one of the panels hooked up, and honestly, it looks pretty sick. Just this one panel alone. I can only imagine how it's gonna look when we cover the entire wall. And it's actually pretty sturdy. We only got 3 screws that are holding this in place, and these panels itself are pretty light anyway, so it doesn't require that much force.
Not gonna lie, I'm slowly digging the look of the floating design.
It's pretty sick, isn't it? And now imagine a nice underglow from behind it.
Ooh.
That's gonna be sick. Now, obviously we do have some outlets on the bottom here that I wanna make use. So what I did was I picked up some extensions and I went in and plugged it in just so we have access to the tip of it. That way, if I wanna plug in the RGB strip or let's say a 3D printer or whatever it is, I still have access to the port that's still gonna be behind the panel. And it's also one of the main reasons why I went with 2-inch spacing. So we have plenty of space for our cable to run through it. So you got one cable here. We got our Ethernet here as well. And then we have our main power for the desk, which I believe the Secret Labs desk has a very long power cable because
it does.
We built one for Pinkaloli, so I know. So my thought process is we plug one end of the cable inside here, run the wire through the wall, outside, and down to the desk because the cable is very long and it's gonna have a lot of slack. So
not to mention you're gonna be plugging it into the leg of the desk anyway. So
exactly, and the desk is gonna be stationary. It's not gonna be moving around. So this is the best way to hide all the excess slack. And then we have one more plug over here on this side that I want to make use of. So let's plug that in right now. I can't believe we spent a day and a half just on this freaking wall, Arya. We haven't even started the setup.
I need a break, man. After all that was...
My back is killing me right now, but I mean, tell me this doesn't look freaking epic.
It was well worth it.
Doesn't it feel like a completely different space as soon as you walk in here? We're not even done yet. We still have to add LED strips in between the panels, a massive RGB strip behind the entire wall, and I still got some tricks up my sleeve later on that's really gonna change the look of this accent panel.
What sleeve?
I feel like now it's time to assemble my desk. But before that, we gotta clean up this mess. So you know what that means.
You're bringing in my replacement.
Yes, we're bringing in Arya 2.0.
Oh no! That is the worst battle cry I've ever heard.
Okay, so I think we're ready for some LEDs, Arya. The first set of LEDs I want to hook up are the ones between the panels, and these are specifically designed to work with these slate panels as you can see, it fits right there in between each panel. And I actually really love this design because it doesn't require 4 separate power strips. You only need 1 because of this adapter cable. So you can hook up 4 different strips and it all terminates into 1 cable, which is awesome because, as you guys know, I hate dealing with cables. So this is gonna keep our entire setup clutter-free, essentially. Now the question is, how do we space this out? Because I do have a total of 4 strips, and obviously symmetry is life. So what are we thinking, Arya?
I'm kind of digging using 3 of them instead of 4.
3, I paid for 4, we're gonna use 4.
You know, in that case, let's just use 2. Moment of truth.
Here we go. Yo.
That is actually fire.
Yo, let's go. That's sick. That is actually sick.
That was well worth it for what, the entire day?
That's sick. Honestly, even if we just leave it like this, I'll be happy. But we got more lights. And who doesn't love more lights?
Don't you think it's gonna be a bit too much?
But here's the thing, we can always leave it off.
That is
if
true.
it's too much, right? We have the choice. We have the power.
As a matter of fact, now I'm curious, how does it look if it's off? Is it gonna be visible?
Oh, that's a good point, actually. So check this out, guys. If we turn off the lights, you can't even see the strip because it blends in with the panels. I mean, it's a bit glossy.
Well, it's because we have the lights.
Yeah, we have the lights
so.
on. That's why you can kind of see it. But with the lights off, these blend in with the slab panels. So you can't even see the LED strip individually. Better question is, how does it all look at night? Let's put the other strip on and then we'll do a final presentation.
All right.
And the final piece to the La Resistance, ladies and gents, the Palatix RGB strip that we're gonna be adding behind the acoustic panels. This is the same exact strip we used in Pink Alali's headboard, the one that basically—
Is this the flashbang?
This is the one that flashbang does. These are so damn bright, and this is gonna be perfect for our backglow or underglow. And this is actually the longest one I could find on Amazon, 32 feet. Which is going to be
the right size this time around?
Yes, it's going to be enough to cover up the entire panel. I am excited. Let's do it. All right, guys, here we go. Final reveal of the LED strips. 3, 2, 1. Hold up. Hold up.
That is actually really clean.
Damn. I mean, the colors don't really work
They
together.
don't work,
But that's the beauty of RGB. You can change it.
Now I'm curious how it would look white on white.
Let's turn the lights off. Dude, this is so sick. Totally worth it. The 2 days that we worked on this damn wall, absolutely worth it. But we're like maybe 20%, not even 20, maybe 15% done with the setup. That looks sick.
You know what, that's it. Let's just leave it like this. This is good enough.
Just leave the wall the way it is, right? Let's see what it looks like with the white lights turned off. This one's actually good if you want to set some mood lighting. And the cool part is I can sync it with my phone and change the colors. There's a bunch of different effects I can pick from. This is sick. Okay, unfortunately it's too late to do anything today, so we're gonna call it, come back tomorrow and finally assemble our desk. Let's get out of here.
All right, what's next?
Next, it's time to figure out our power situation because obviously all the power is run through the desk. And Secret Labs offers a power strip, but there's a big problem.
What would that be?
Not enough holes.
How many holes do you need?
We need a lot of holes. So the power strip comes with 6. And if you count my PC plus the 4 monitors, that's 5 already, plus my speakers, we're done. We are starving for outlets. So we're actually gonna be replacing this with a Belkin strip instead. This one has 8, there's one over here, 7 over here, but the good thing about this strip is that it actually pivots. So if there's gonna be like a massive
Power brick, we don't need to worry.
power brick, exactly. So let's say this plugs in, it's gonna interfere with the strip on the side, but luckily we can just rotate this to the side, clearing up space. So we can plug in 8 devices. So I got my monitors, I got my speaker, my PC already taken care of, and additional, let's say, accessories if I want to add, like LED strips behind the monitor and stuff like that.
That's actually smart.
You didn't think of this, did you?
I did not.
Exactly. I actually had this in my last
I was thinking of the double row ones. You know which ones
Oh, yeah. And that would be too chunky. One of the outlets are going to be used up by the strip, so we're going to have one extra left over.
All right, what do we got?
We have an intruder. I feel like every time I build my setup, Shayla always stops by.
Is this the inspector?
That's the inspector. She's obviously testing and seeing if it's opening up correctly. Is it opening up correctly? Yeah? Did we pass the inspection? Good. So the next thing I want to hook up is our Ethernet extension. This is a game changer. It's actually one of the reasons why I went with the Secret Labs desk specifically. The power extension, which is built in, and then this is an extra add-on, which lets you hook up your Ethernet into the actual desk. So you don't have to worry about cable slack when you're rising and lowering the desk. So it's the exact same thing we added for Pinkalali's setup as well.
I actually need to get one for my own desk.
Exactly. How awesome is this? No one else is doing this. I feel like Secret Labs is the only one who's doing this. So this is magnetic, and this clamp down here attaches to the power strip so it doesn't move, just like that. And then this part hooks up to the desk, just like that. So now we can plug in our Ethernet cable. Don't mind the cable management, obviously. We're gonna be fixing that later. Plugs into the desk, and now all I gotta do is run one Ethernet cable from the top here straight into my PC. And we can raise and lower the table. So that's all the way to the top. Now, we're going down to the bottom. That is so freaking sick, dude.
That's actually really smart. I don't have to worry about Ethernet cables getting caught.
Exactly, this is the perfect solution for a sit and stand desk. And I really wish a lot of other sit and stand desk companies would incorporate this into their desks, but here we are.
All right, I need something a little more exciting than an Ethernet cable connector.
Well, I'm glad you asked. I got just the thing.
A Home Depot box?
What's inside the Home Depot box is gonna add some character, some personality inside this room. After all, this is my setup, right? So
That
we
is
need
true.
something that represents me, or at least my channel. That's what's inside this box. Take any guesses?
Assuming we did a sign for Pinkalali, is that kind of what we're going for?
You're warm. You're in boiling water, let's put it that way. This is actually the first time I'm unboxing it, so hopefully it didn't arrive broken. Otherwise, that will suck. I'm excited. It's freshly
Does it smell
painted.
like victory?
Doesn't smell like sadness. We got
Great, we got a T.
We got the T. You know what that means? I don't know what.
Is that a C? P?
We got the other half of the S, baby.
That's not how that goes. Just the other way. Wait, there we go.
Bam.
That's actually fire.
It's clean, right? Nothing fancy, no RGB. But I specifically got this custom TS logo in white, so it pops against the black.
And you just put it on backwards.
Oh no!
You.
Oh, I think I scraped it a little bit. Oh God, I gotta be careful. This is freshly painted. You can smell the paint on there. But anyways, it's gonna be going right here in the center, somewhere. We'll find the center point. Not too shabby, Arya. Not too shabby. What do you think?
I think it looks good so far, but how does it look with the lights on though?
That is a good question. Let's find out.
Bam! Okay, everybody's alive and no one's dead.
That looks clean, I'm not gonna lie. But
does.
we still have a lot to do with the panels. We're not quite done yet decorating it, but we're gonna hold off on it and actually focus on the desk now. You guys probably have noticed, we're not gonna be doing a wall-mounted PC because we have a motorized desk. So we're gonna be building a temporary system and we're gonna hang it underneath the desk. That is why we have this, the Secret Labs Premium PC mount.
Why do I feel like you're just slowly copying my setup? Slowly.
You have this too?
Yeah.
Dang it. Honestly, this is the only solution because we have no space on the desk for the PC. We're gonna have quad monitors, just like my previous setup. We're gonna have 2 verticals, 1 ultra-wide on the top, and a 27-inch on the bottom. There's literally 0 space on the desk for the PC. As much as I want the PC on the desk, my hands are tied.
Okay, I take it back. You're not copying me. I don't have 4 monitors.
Well, there you go. You'll never have 4 monitors. So until I come up with a solution, maybe we do like a custom in-desk water-cooled PC, we're gonna have to go with the under desk mount. And this is just a temporary PC, guys, until I build Big Red version 6, which is gonna be like a super high-end custom water-cooled build. But just to get the setup started and running, you know, I can still get some work done. Let's work on this.
Before we continue though, how do you feel so far about everything that we've done?
Oh, absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving the way it's coming out. I envisioned this. Me and my amazing designer, Danny from my Discord server, brought it to life with his 3D rendering skills. So yeah, if you guys, again, I sound like a broken record, but if you guys need help with 3D designing or rendering, 3D modeling, 3D printing, anything 3D related, hit up my boy, Danny from my Discord.
He's always coming up clutch. All these renders, for all the setups.
He is. I saw this on the render and I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna look amazing in person. So this is where we're gonna be mounting our PC to, and it's adjustable. So you pull this knob in the back here and you adjust the height and then you lock it in place. Once you put the PC on here, you slide it in from the top, locking it in place so that it doesn't tip over, obviously. The only thing missing is a PC. All right. I thought I wasn't gonna like the undermount PC, but I'm honestly digging it. You can still see it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be standing a lot with this desk, so all I gotta do is like take 1 step back and you can see it. Yeah. It's not like it's tucked away in the corner, like in the back there.
You're not fixated sitting down like your last setup too.
Yeah, so. Exactly. I'm actually digging it, yeah. All right, gents, it is finally time to bring in the big guns.
What big guns? You got none. Those are tiny guns.
Just wait right here and I'll show you.
Okay, don't you think this is slightly excessive?
Oh, baby, we are just warming up. Now, there is a bit of a predicament when it comes to mounting all 4 of the monitors.
What would that be?
Well, you own a Secret Labs desk. Anybody who owns a Secret Lab desk knows that you cannot use 99% of the aftermarket mounts because of the way the desk is designed. There's a very narrow slit where most of the C-clamp mounts won't fit. Now, they do obviously sell their very own mounts, which I'm gonna be using for the vertical displays, but for the primary and for the overhead 34-inch, we need to find a different way to get those mounted. Unfortunately, Secret Labs does not offer a solution, and I looked everywhere online and finally came across a website that sells a heavy-duty double-stacked mount.
There's actually such thing?
There is, but the question is it even gonna work with this desk? I honestly don't even know because I haven't unboxed it yet. So let's set these up and then we'll set up the middle mount as well and see if it supports our monitors. Now that we got both of the vertical mounts hooked up, it is time to test and see if the primary mount is gonna work and if it's gonna support both of our monitors. And there's only one way to find out. Oh God, I really hope this works. I really, really hope this works. So here's the neck piece. It's got some channel raceways for the cables, which is nice. This is gonna get mounted right here in the middle. Actually, the height's pretty good too. So this is the original mount that it comes with, the traditional desk clamp. And I'll show you why this is not gonna work. If we put this clamp here and go inside, I mean, technically it would fit, but there's no way that
you're not gonna get Allen key in there.
Yeah, we can't fit an Allen key. So that's gonna be extremely difficult. So when I got this mount, I opted for a different clamp. So this is why this mounting system is clutch, and I strongly recommend it for anyone who wants to do a stacked monitor layout using a Secret Labs desk. This is, to my knowledge, one of the very few, if not the only mount that works with the Secret Labs Magnus Pro XL. And I'll show you guys why.
Hey, if this works, I might have to buy one.
Yeah, if you want a stack layout, this is the way to go. So check this out. This is the neck piece. It sits on the bottom plate like this. So let's assume it's mounted, right? And the clamp is what is gonna change everything. So this piece over here sits on top of the base plate, and you get to tighten it from the top, just like the mount from Secret Labs. So you basically tighten it from this side and then this side, and there you go.
That's not going anywhere.
Nice and sturdy. Then we hook up the neck piece, and then each of these mounts for the monitor. So now that we got the neck piece hooked up, as you can see, it's nice and sturdy. We're gonna be mounting this. This slides down the neck piece, lets you adjust the height, also a bit of tilt. And this is the actual VESA mount that attaches behind the monitor. So the first thing we're gonna do, slide this down the rail. Let's just put it down here for now.
We can always adjust it once we get the monitors on too. So.
Yeah, we'll adjust it obviously. Luckily, the adjusting mechanism is so easy. You don't have to use any tools. You literally have knobs here that you can tighten by hand, which is freaking awesome. So if you want it flat, just keep it this way. And if you want to add a bit of tilt, you loosen these over here and then you tilt it. Look at that. That's perfect. So if you want your bottom monitor to have like a slight tilt, because I've seen it a lot in setups, then
your previous one, the one before the last one.
Exactly. My prior setup version, Ultimate Dream Setup version 1, I believe, had the bottom one slightly tilted.
To your liking?
Yeah. So we'll just leave it flat for now, and we can always adjust it later. Okay, now let's do the top one. I'm gonna assume like the top one's gonna be like right here.
I say leave it at the very top, and then after we get the first monitor on, we can adjust it.
And then we can add the cable raceways at the end once we determine the height of those. I'm just a little worried that it might clip the chin. I guess there's one way to find out. That's the motto for this episode. There's only one way to find out. Oh, just it fits in so perfectly. Don't you love it when things work out? Okay, let's plug this in right now. And we already have our DisplayPort cable routed. Oh, it's the bottom facing ports. I knew it was too good to be true. Unfortunately, with this, you're gonna see the ugly cable sticking out from the bottom. Look at that. That is atrocious. We'll figure something out.
We always will. We always figure something out.
Okay, let's go to mount this on the bottom. This is one of the best mounting systems I've ever seen. Holy cow, they really thought about everything.
It's locked in?
It's locked in, just like that. And then you can tighten it over here so it doesn't move. All right, finally got all the monitors hooked up. Obviously, I'm gonna adjust the angle and the tilt later once everything's finalized, but now I feel like we can bring in the rest of my components. The speakers were actually the main reason why I've decided to keep this layout, because we have space to put both of my speakers basically how it was before. But
I actually like that design, speakers in between.
Yeah, it's optimal for the best sound, obviously, and I prefer sound over aesthetics. So first things first, let's hook up a mouse pad.
What do we got for today?
You know what, I was gonna go with the proximity alert, but there's a bit of a stain on that one. We're gonna have to toss this in the washer. How about this one? Is this one clean?
It looks clean.
Okay, let's go with the AK-47. Okay, after all this work, will it even power on? You know what I'm gonna need to do? Add an external
switch?
power switch, yeah, because this is not
Is it on the
ideal.
bottom? Oh yeah, it is.
Here we go. Oh, this is so much better, like the monitor distance. I feel like I'm gonna play way better on the finals with the display this close to me. I also want to increase the height just a little bit on the bottom monitor. I feel like I'm looking down a little bit. As you can see the angle of my neck, it's not ideal, so.
Well, you do have one more option.
What?
You could raise up desk a tad bit as well.
No, this is perfect.
Or is that?
Yeah,
okay.
for my wrist, this is amazing. Oh, here we go.
Now the fun part, setting your main monitor.
Oh God. Where's my mouse? Here we go, peel.
Why is that always so satisfying?
Always. We got one more. Oh my God. My reaction times have improved. Look at that. Oh my God. There's less head scanning for me too. Like I can see, just look at straight at the monitor and I can see what's going on the sides. Whereas on a 34 inch,
34.
a 32 inch, there was more head scanning.
Maybe I need to go down to a 27 inch from 32.
Dude, yeah, it makes a big difference. I can see why comp players play on 27. I got the most skills too, look at that. You know what this means, Arya?
What does this mean?
We can finally get to diamond. Oh, let's go. 2 kills. Oh my God, my aim has improved too. That's crazy. What is going on, dude? When everyone always told me, hey, your monitor size is too big, I didn't want to believe them because, you know, it was further away from me. So I thought that would compensate. But no, I mean, 27 inch is the better choice. And up close, you want to obviously put it up close. If that's farther away, then it's not going to make any difference.
I'll be honest though, with your last setup, I feel like 32 was the right move. It would have been way too far.
It was, but
27.
clearly there's a big difference in skill. Oh my God.
You did that, man.
That dude. This changes things. I can't wait to play ranked. Oh! I literally roasted him.
I have no words.
I literally roasted that kid. This is. It feels like it's cheating. It feels like it's cheating.
What was the response time on the monitor?
0.03, I want to say.
Oh yeah, that's.
Not even a heavy can get me.
You literally just healed him. But...
There it is. Ah, it was crazy, dude. Yeah, this is my new comp setup. I'm convinced. This is gonna take me to diamond, for sure. Okay, so the first thing I wanna add to my setup, and this is something I should have done from the beginning, is to add an external power switch for my PC. Every single time in the morning, I have to bend over and hit the power button on the PC. I am bending over more than Bonnie Blue, and that is simply not good for my back. So let's go ahead and fix that. Oh! Oh! I just broke my nose. We're off to a great start. Oh, man. Okay, let's test it out. So much better already. I don't exactly have a dedicated place just yet for the switch. I think I'm just gonna tuck it away behind the table for now until I finish upgrading the setup. Speaking of which, the next thing I wanna upgrade is the monitors. Now, for the record, I love my MSI displays. I had no issues whatsoever. I think they're amazing. However, As you guys know, I always want the absolute best. So we're gonna be swapping all 4 of my displays to Asus. We're going back to all OLED once again, except this time we are sticking with a single brand, whereas before I mixed and matched between Asus and ViewSonic. So my primary this time is going to be the Swift OLED PG27AQ-WP. This is a 27-inch 1440p OLED display with 500 hertz refresh rate. That is absolutely insane. This monitor also has dual mode, you guys, so I can technically downscale to 1080p and achieve 720 hertz instead. I'm never gonna play in 1080p, even if they give me 1000 hertz. Like I wanna be able to enjoy my game, so 1440p is the sweet spot for me. The top 34-inch will be replaced with the Asus Swift OLED PG34WCDN. This is a 34-inch 1440p OLED ultra-wide with 240 hertz refresh rate. Again, absolutely overkill for my top overhead monitor. And for my verticals, I'll be replacing both of my mini LED displays to the Strix OLED XG27. Again, 27-inch 1440p OLED displays with a 240 hertz refresh rate. So yeah, this is gonna be my new permanent stack. For those wondering what I'm gonna be doing with my older monitors, all of these are gonna go on the for sale section of my Discord server for a really, really low price. And on that note, I'm gonna be doing a massive online garage sale starting today up until the first week of August. I'm gonna try and get rid of everything that I don't wanna bring over to the new place. So, you know, PC parts, monitors, peripherals, I mean, you name it. I'm gonna be posting everything and anything I can find in my inventory in the for sale section of my Discord server for really, really cheap. I mean, where else can you find a 5070 Ti for $500? So yeah, if you guys are part of the Discord server, make sure you enable notifications on the for sale channel because these things go quick. I'm genuinely so stoked to check this out, you guys. 540 freaking hertz? What? Am I even gonna hit that many frames in my games? Let's be honest here. Like, when is it enough? How many hertz is enough? The correct answer is, it's never enough. You guys are witnessing the world's worst unboxing. This is so much easier when Arya was around. Arya, where art thou? Oh, the transparent design. Or is it translucent? I don't know, but damn, that is how you design a monitor, ladies and gents. That's so sick. It's unfortunate we're not gonna even see it once it's mounted, but I know it's there. Nice, we got the built-in power as well, so all we need is just the power cable. Nice. Now for the ultra-wide. Oh, Lord. World's worst unboxing number 2. You guys get a bonus. Why is it so difficult? Yeah. That was a workout. Here she is, boys and girls. Doesn't have a transparent back, but I mean, we do got the specs. And just like that, we are back on OLED, ladies and gents. Don't mind too much about the gap between the monitors. I'll adjust it once everything is finalized, but man, I gotta say, it feels good to be back on OLED. I am obsessed with this primary display. The true black glossy tandem OLED from ASUS looks incredible. It is night and day from my previous MSI monitor. You can really tell, like, the blacks are just more deep compared to the MSI model. And the picture quality is just phenomenal, so I'm gonna have so much fun with this display. There are a bunch of things I still wanna upgrade in my setup, but first, it desperately needs some cleaning. We got some coffee stains. The mouse pad is absolutely atrocious. Luckily, our mouse pads are machine washable, so I'm gonna go ahead and toss this in the washer real quick and give the desk a good scrub. All right, we got a nice clean surface ready for a fresh mouse pad, and I'm gonna need your guys' help. I don't know what design to go with because we just launched a new season of our mouse pads, and I'm not even biased when I say this, but these are hands down the best designs we have ever made. We're gonna start off with Project 1, which is also available in the reverse color scheme, so black on white if your setup has a darker tone. And then we got one of my personal favorites, HUD, which is also available in the black color scheme. This one was designed with symmetry in mind, and it's actually perfect if you place your keyboard right here in the middle. I mean, that looks really clean. We also got Vortex, which comes in a bunch of different colors. Obsidian Dragon is also one of our popular ones this season if you're into the whole Japanese theme. This is also one of my all-time favorite designs, our signature pad. And this is a collab with all the active members on my Discord server. We got together and everyone provided a signature, which I've put on the pad itself. You got mine over here, my boy Arya on the top left, Foul Play, JD Master who won Set of the Month, and a seal of approval. My homie Sir Muffins, we can't forget about Sir Muffins. And of course, my lovely, lovely staff team, David, Danny, and of course, my brother from another mother, Roberto. There's obviously a ton of other names I want to mention, but it will drag on the video. But just know that if their name is on this mouse pad, they hold a special place in my heart. Now, before I reveal the top seller for this season, I want to show you guys my personal favorite design by far. Bam! The Hyper Beast TechSource edition. I am absolutely obsessed with the colors of this pad. Because of the variety of different colors on this mouse pad, unfortunately, it doesn't fit in with most setups out there because most setups either have a single or two-tone color scheme, unless you prefer the splash of color. But the design and the different choices of colors is one of the reasons why this is my favorite pad from our store. And here we go, our top seller for season 15 so far, our Inferno Oni. I legitimately have no idea why this is our top seller. Maybe you guys are really obsessed with the samurai style mouse pads, but yeah, this has been selling like crazy ever since we launched it. But yeah, let me know which of those designs was your favorite. In the meantime, I'll stick with Project 01 because this fits my color scheme quite nicely and it complements my keyboard. I am never going back to a stationary desk setup ever again. I should have done this from the beginning. This is so perfect. One window over here, open up my Gmail. Let's have my YouTube open over here, Discord on the right, Spotify, and Explorer on the top. This is the dream. This is my dream setup. The only other big change from my previous setup, other than the motorized desk, is that there's more head scanning involved when I'm moving from one monitor to the other. And that's because the monitors are so much closer to me compared to the last desk, which was much deeper. So I was actually sitting further away from the monitors. But I eventually got used to it. It took me about a week, but I mean, the head scanning doesn't bother me at all anymore. It's actually a good neck workout, if I'm being honest. Do you know what this setup is missing? Another monitor. Hear me out. Okay, just hear me out. The Xenon Edge. I bet you guys didn't know they made one in white. Unfortunately, my keyboard doesn't have any dedicated media buttons other than the volume control. So, having access to like macros or shortcuts is gonna come in clutch with my setup. So that is why I desperately need a Xenon Edge. So let's hook this up. Oh, even the backside is white. Yo. Is the entire magnetic case white too? Oh. Oh, almost perfect. I'm actually glad I didn't adjust the height of the monitor for this very reason. Oh yeah, that looks clean. Almost bezel-less. Check that out, guys. Okay, got the Zenyan Edge fully set up with my PC, with the widgets that I use on a daily basis. You can obviously go on IQ and pick from a bajillion different widgets, or even download extra widgets from the website. But honestly, for my use case, this is gonna work just fine. We got my most used shortcuts on the top left, so the Final, Spotify, OBS, along with some hardware info, weather, and the date. So very simple and basic widgets. I don't need anything fancy. Let's say if I want to listen to some music, tap on Spotify, and to play some music, we finally have a dedicated media control. Hit play. Bam! And you can obviously customize like the colors, the size, and all that, but I'm gonna keep it the way it is. Okay, now the setup is coming together very nicely, but I feel like we're missing something. I really want to add a monitor light bar on the top, but it's going to be a little tricky because the monitor is flipped upside down and we have the chin sticking out from the front. So let's see if we can hook up the ROG monitor light bar. Might as well lower the monitor height while I'm up here. Oh, we can actually make it work. Oh, it's perfect. Let's go. Okay, so here's what it looks like with the monitor light bar off. And here is what it looks like with the light on. It does look a little funky because it's sitting literally on the chin, but I mean, we still made it work. And the best part about the light bar is that it's wireless. I can download the app and control the settings instead of having to use the knob on the top, which is very annoying. But yeah, love the light bar. I don't know if anyone watching this video noticed this, but since the beginning of this episode, there's a new addition to this room. Can you guys figure out what that is? I kinda got a new projector, but not just any projector, the Rolls Royce of all projectors, the AWOL Valerian Max. I got this hooked up on the ceiling next to my logo, facing the empty wall behind me, so that I can kick back and watch content on a bigger screen. Surprisingly, even with my walls being gray, it doesn't affect the colors of the projector. The contrast is incredible. Both my daughters absolutely love the projector. Like, they are fascinated with this thing. We often have movie nights where they bring over their beanbag chairs, we have some popcorn, and we're currently rewatching the older Toy Stories because they want to watch the 5th one in a few weeks. So we're just trying to catch up on the older movies. Eventually, I do want to run an HDMI cable straight to a secondary PC and play Forza Horizon 6 or something chill, but for now, I am super happy with this projector. Right now, they're actually having the biggest sale ever for Prime Day, where you can get $600 off. So if you've been wanting that dream home theater system, now's your chance to pick one up. One of the struggles I have owning wireless peripherals, and I'm sure you guys can agree with me if you also have wireless devices, is keeping your wireless gear always charged. Unfortunately, that is something that my setup lacks severely. And today, we're gonna change that. Guys, don't laugh at me, okay? But this has been my charging setup for the past few months. I have this little charging dock tucked away in the corner with multiple power banks. So what I would do is, let's say if my keyboard or mouse dies, I take one of my power banks, I bring it over here, and I plug it into my keyboard or mouse and keep it juiced up. This is far from ideal. Let's say I'm in the middle of a ranked match and my keyboard or mouse dies. I have to jump up, run into the corner, grab one of the power banks, bring it back, and then juice it up while I'm in the match. Well, Not anymore. We're gonna be setting up a dedicated charging station using the G-Train Intel Charge Hub. This is a 12-in-1 charging station, and I'm gonna show you guys what it can do. And just like that, our charging station is now complete. I'm actually gonna be tucking this away back here once I'm done with it, but let me show you guys how this actually works. So we basically have 4 GAN wall chargers that are plugged into this device that's getting continuous power. And we also have 4 separate outlets in the back, so we can charge 4 additional devices at the same time. So think of this like a power strip with 4 separate wall chargers plugged in. And each charger has a built-in magnetic USB-C cable that's retractable up to 33 inches. I mean, this can pretty much reach any device on your desk. And if you want to retract back, you simply pull on it. You can either let it go or gently put it back. Let's say you're on the move and you want to take one of these with you. Well, you simply open up the cover, pop one of these out, and you're good to go. Not only can you use the included USB-C cable to charge your USB device, so let's say my smartphone, but you could also charge an additional device using the other USB-C cable. So you can actually charge 2 devices at the same time. All right, let's hook this up with my setup so I can show you guys a demo. Okay, hit the power button. Okay, now let's say I'm in the middle of a game and my keyboard dies. Well, all I gotta do, drag one of these cables. Bam! As you can see, it's already charging. Oh no, now my phone is dying. Let's fix that. I honestly don't know how I haven't heard about this up until recently. This is an absolute game changer. If you guys have wireless peripherals, I highly recommend picking one of these up. The next thing I want to tackle in my setup is desk clutter. It's no secret that I swap between 2 mice, the MX Master 3S for productivity and the Harp 2 Ace for gaming. So when I end up using one mouse, the other one just kind of sits there. So let's go and find a home for this, which will also help clean the surface quite a bit. I think you guys have a pretty good idea of what's next. Pencil drawer, but on steroids. I found this on Amazon super cheap, but look at how much space there is inside. We have tons of room for activities, plenty of room for both my mice, my Delta Hub Carpio, and even my portable power bank. But there's a big problem with this. Every time I open and close it, the stuff inside is gonna move. But luckily, I already have a solution. I'm gonna be going with a grid system, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of. And if you haven't, this is essentially a customizable grid system that you can 3D print in any size. This thing comes in clutch if you wanna keep stuff inside your drawer super organized. And I'll show you guys how this works. But first, let's go ahead and insert inside the pencil drawer. This one has been resized specifically to fit my pencil drawer, but you guys can resize it any way you want. Then comes these trays, which Danny has custom made for each of my gear. We got the MX Master, the Harp Ace, and my charger with a small little compartment up top for additional storage. But if you look in the back, we can see squares with grooves in between them. And these grooves are basically what sits on the grid, preventing the entire tray to move. So check this out. You put it in, align the squares with the grid until it falls in place. And this thing is not budging anywhere. Let's do this for the Harp Ace and one for the power bank. And if you really want to get fancy, you could print out inserts that go inside that gives it a bit of color. So because my setup is mostly white with some black accents, I decided to do white inserts for the inside. So let's find the one for my MX Master, slide it in perfectly. Here's the Harp Ace, power bank, and then a small little compartment back there. Okay, time to fill it in. So satisfying. So now if I want to close it, everything is neatly organized. And by the way, you can do these inserts really easily. There's actually a tutorial online that shows you how to take pictures of your devices, and all you gotta do is send it to the 3D printer and print out this tray. I'll drop a link to all that info down below if you guys wanna try it out yourself. Okay, now that our tray is ready, let's go to mount this underneath our desk.